probably one of the biggest updates on the PTB branch for Path of Titans is coming soon. In fact, the changelog's already out and you can hop onto the PTB if you're on PC currently and check it out. Anyways, there's a lot of changes and I'm listing them in this video. There's Gondwa, gameplay, combat, Panjura, and other big changes that you need to know about, as well as the return of Stegosaurus on the PTB, so that's also great. Lots to go through, timestamps on the screen now, but you don't want to hear me babbling, so let's get right into it. Gondwa's the main stage here, the main part of this video, and probably the most exciting thing to be coming to the game soon. Firstly, I do want to say there's now bubbles which come out from dinosaur and aquatics cores, and there's a lot of different images that have been shared in the Discord server by some awesome Path of Titans players, which I'm going to be showing on the screen to showcase those bubbles being blown, because these people take some incredible screenshots, by the way. The Path of Titans community and the PTB community take some really nice screenshots. So yeah, kudos to you all, they're all really cool. Anyways, enough of that. Gondwa, the mini-map has changed, it's so much more detailed now. Remember those islands that I talked about in the past and the new aquatic biomes? They're all listed on the mini-map, they're no longer invisible. In fact, every little bit of the ocean has been detailed and mapped out. It's almost as if the developers have got a underwater craft and then just mapped out the whole of the oceans faster than we could do it on Earth. It looks really cool, the change is massive, it really shows the scale of the new biomes coming to the game. Now, there are some other updates and big changes that are coming to Gondwa and have already came to Gondwa on the PTB. So, more points of interest are coming. These include ocean pillars, kelp forest, deep sea crags, sweetwater shallows, seagrass bay, sanctuary island, lonely isle, castaway isle, the mud flats, red kelp forest, coral shelf, sunken hoodoos, sweetgrass shallows, and the red reef. These are all aquatic areas, or pretty much all aquatic areas, which is insane. This indicates a gearing up for the release or preparation of more aquatic biomes, and of course, perhaps the further foundations for aquatics in Path of Titans. In fact, that gets even better and more solid. Added underwater tinting based on water biomes, added floating debris and fish spawners under them. Some screenshots are shown by players who found them. They look great. The beach texture has also been updated. Updates to the Gondwa beaches as well, and brand new underwater and oceanic quest items. These include starfish, sea anemone, sea snails, spiny conchs, and pearls, which is great. We're finally getting underwater quest items, which in the future will mean underwater quests, and that's further fleshing out the underwater areas for the game, which it's so desperately needed. There are some smaller stuff as well, which I'll be leaving out. I'll list them all on the screen when I go over all of these. So, Young Grove Home Cave has been moved out of the quest area, added plateau baby spawns to Young Grove, added 3 new aquatic home cave entrances, Sanctuary Island, Kelp Forest, and Golden Plateau are all getting the love there, and so of course that's aquatic home caves. Finally, we're seeing them. All freshwater sources have been increased by 4, and a lot of more smaller stuff too. Gondwa is getting a ton of updates, and oh my god, the map looks incredible. The underwater home caves are finally here, which is great to see. I wonder if these are proper underwater ones, but because it's only semi-aquatics that you can play as at the moment, I think it just puts you into a normal home cave. But that being said, they're ramping this map up and gearing it and preparing it for a release. It's exciting to see, and it's awesome to see. I can't wait to explore all of this stuff. At the moment, I think it's on a multiplayer test, and so I kind of might have missed it. And of course, Panjura's gotten a little bit of love as well, with 4 completed and added new changes. Fixed issue with Riverland point of interest overlap causing issues should now encompass most of the rivers and 2 lakes. Shrunk deep lake point of interest slightly to allow for Riverland to cover more of the river area. Added additional lychees, acorns and lakeweed to Riverland location, and lowered the ceiling on Panjura. Now, I don't understand what lowering the ceiling means. Does it mean that people can't just fly out into the sky? But like, the only people who are doing flying is admin cameras, and I don't think they're flying out of the map like that. So perhaps that lowering of the ceiling could prepare for perhaps maybe flyers, but it's not really a big indication. Panjura's not built for flies at all. Anyways, more new stuff in other sections. Let's talk about them. Lots and lots and lots and lots of gameplay stuff has been showcased and changed and mentioned in this big, massive update, and I think it's just worth going over it right now. There's a lot to go through. Hang tight, be rest assured, this is a big one. You can no longer outrun rain particles, so if you think you're running at the speed of sound, you no longer can do so. Added ceiling blockers to the hatchling tutorial cave, which I found interesting. It's either babies are escaping it or something's going to be able to fly into it and steal babies, which now they can't, so I wonder why they've actually added that. There are now trout and manta ray spectator cameras, which are pretty cool. These are for admins. Added meat tag to critters, so herbivores with meat diets can now eat them. Allow oxygen loss, drowning and fall damage while the home cave buff is active. Changed chat channels will now scroll to the end to show latest messages. Home cave exit safely effect will no longer block stamina regen. Fix for kill herbivore quest not working for specific dinosaurs. All dinosaurs can now eat and swallow when swimming. Camera smoothing now scales with growth. Increased trophy despawn time from 1 minute to 5 minutes. Removed growth reward per contribution for water replenished quests, and decreased rewarded growth for water completion of replenishment quests. Waystone invite notice on whether it is underwater or on land. Reduced night cricket sound effect volume. Reduced volume of heavy rain sound effect. A mobile admin camera can now raise and lower themselves, which I'm surprised it's taken that long for them to do that. It's taken over a year, which is quite funny. There's some interesting stuff here. Trophy despawn timer being increased is great to see, because I'd always put down a trophy and then just lose it when I'm trying to go back to it. Also, the home cave buff and debuff stuff, where you can still die via drowning and stuff, is quite interesting, and it looks like you can now take fall damage while it's in effect, which is quite sad. I actually like jumping off cliffs and surviving. However, the devs might be adding more herbivores that can eat meat because of that change for critters, allowing herbivores to eat them, or maybe Pachycephalosaurus will be the only one, or maybe that mystery backer dinosaur could be a herbivore that could eat meat as well. We'll have to wait and see, but that's that for the gameplay stuff. Now we move onwards to the next section. Some combat stuff here. Some of these aren't even technically classed as combat stuff, so let's rattle through them. Charge attacks now end as soon as they do damage. This will stop the dinosaur in charge as well. Increase swim speed for semi-aquatic creatures by about 60% each. Spinosaurus and Suchomimus no longer sink when underwater. Added splash effect for trot, sprint, swimming at surface. Fix for Stegosaurus pivot giving defense. Perhaps now, once this update rolls out, Stegosaurus will return to the official servers of the game now that it's fixed. Improved Pachycephalosaurus stam when running. Fixed Pycnomosaurus subspecies stats being swapped around, and improved Pycno hit attack reliability, which is great to see. A lot more stuff there. And finally, some new combat changes, especially with the new stuff and the return of Stegosaurus. Very nice. Finally, the other fixes. Now these are literally small and just pointless fixes that I'm just going to rattle off, because we all love it when I'm rattling off stuff. I've literally done that for this whole video because I'm trying to speedrun it. It's 10:30. I've got work tomorrow. I need to be up early. Anyways, let's get into this. Fix for camera facing straight down or up, having no input direction on mobile when applying input via virtual joystick. Fix for interaction prompt flickering depending on movement speed. Fix for swallowing an item while moving not working. Added more loading screen textures. Updated character list icons, making them narrower. They look really cool now. Very professional, very clean, very nice. Fix for Albertoceratops and Sarcosuchus swallow animation being fully body. Fixed meat to no longer display decals on them. Fixed logic that hides the touch sensitivity slider not being called on non-mobile platforms. Added logic so that the HUD editor button is no longer shown, or is not shown on non-mobile platforms as well. Adjusted Bars Baldy Estate adjustable capsule to fix collision issues. Changed HUD editor layout to prevent buttons going off screen. Fixed quest text HUD preventing camera rotation on mobile. Carried items no longer receive decals. Fix for blurry dirt in tutorial cave. I said blurry, I meant to say blurry. I know, I'm a noob. And finally fixed collecting insects making a chiming sound. That's all of the other fixes. This was the end of all these changes. There's actually some other stuff, some bubbles and stuff like that have technically been shown, but in images by players. And Gondwa looks so much brighter now. It looks cool. It's great to see. And it's awesome to see all these changes. And I can't wait to explore them all as well. I'm in game because I wanted to show off some of this stuff. But you can now turn in place underwater without using precision movement. And this is one of the new biomes. This is a coral reef on the map. All the way down here, you can see how big it is. It's huge. And there's so many more islands as well, which look absolutely sick. I'm going to see if I can go in free cam and showcase some of these off, because there is so much here to showcase. So without further ado, I'm going to put a time lapse on. I'm going to showcase all of these things off for you guys to check out. So let's get right into the little time lapse of these biomes. And there we have it, the quick rundown of all of the new updates for Path of Titans on the PTB. That will be coming to the game soon. Let me know your thoughts about all of these in the comments down below. And of course, while I'm making this video, I'm preparing to go to bed. I should be in bed by now. And of course, yeah, I'm also working when this goes up. So yeah, that's very nice. Great to see. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day. Peace, peace. Adios.
We'll be right back.